Good afternoon, you beautiful BraveHearts. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolf, and I'm in Melbourne, and this will be my last day in Melbourne. I leave tomorrow for Coffs Harbour, so we'll be flying to Sydney. From Sydney, we'll be going to Coffs Harbour. We'll be picked up by Tora. Tora Klein. She owns 2 retreats up that way towards Coffs Harbour. I've never been there before. And she has retreats where she does personal treatment and trainings. She does tons of therapy, juicing. She teaches people how to eat properly. You're going to get to meet her because she's coming to the course and she's hosting it. And we're hosting it at a really beautiful place. I think it's called Holiday Resort. So I don't know if I got that right. And just know this, I've really loved my time here. I did 2 lectures in Melbourne, 1 in Sydney, and then I did a full Perfect Day Outstanding Life here. And I'm pretty sure people loved it. I hope they did. And just know this, I hope they did, because the people here are just absolutely beautiful in Australia. And I want to thank everybody for being so nice to Lori and I. And you really have been beautiful. Okay? And so what I want to talk about here is, I'm just going to go over a couple things, but I want to do a one-a-day here. And this one-a-day is one of my most important one-a-days, and most people won't get it because you've been programmed to not appreciate the fact that you are electric. You are electric. And guess what? You are magnetic. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean by that. And these are the 2 most important things. And talking about magnetic, how many people know there's no such thing as gravity? There's only such thing as magnetism. How many people know that everything you've been taught in school was a lie? How many people know that all the science you did, all the history that you learned was actually built on BS? And whoever won the war, okay, whatever war that was, retold the story so that they could steal all the glory. And we know who that was. It's the same people that put the diaper on our face. Anyways, I won't get into that. But that's the God truth of it all. Okay, let me just see here. Yeah. So I'm going to be heading up to Coffs Harbour, and on Tuesday, August the 8th, I'm going to be doing a lecture. Okay, and it's going to be in Coffs Harbour, and if you want, you can get in touch with Tora Klein. Her phone number is +61 413 993 493, and this lecture is free, okay? It's free if you'd like to come to it. We'd love to have you if you know anybody in the neighborhood. And then guess what? Can you believe it? We only have 2 spots left for the Whole Life Coach course, which starts on August the 12th, which is a Saturday. That's the Whole Life Coach course. It's an 8-day course. And wow, we had 6 spots left. In the last 4 days, we had 4 people sign up for the Whole Life Coach, Wolf Non-Surgical, and the Pelvic Restoration. The Whole Life Coach course, and I can say this, is the most in-depth course in nutrition and emotional therapy and physical therapy that you'll ever get, okay? And you do get certified, and you are a certified emotional coach when you're done. It's 9 days. You go for 4 days, 1 day off, and then 4 days, okay? Because you'll need a break from me. Okay, and I promise you by the 3rd day, I will crack open your coconut and you will fall in love with the authentic you. And you'll go in there and say, I need to do some house cleaning. I need to get in some new belief systems that totally unconditionally love and care for me first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. The cost, guys, if you could, go to braveheartnation.com or bhnuniversity.com, and you're going to find everything about cost, all the courses that are coming up, and everything like that. The Whole Life Coach is 9 days. There's a 1 day in the middle, 4 on, 1 off, 4 on, and then we do the whole Wolf Non-Surgical from August the 22nd to September the 1st. That's a 12-day course, and I will challenge anyone that does shiatsu, massage therapy, chiropractor, physiotherapy, that this is beyond everything that you've ever done. And I'll tell you why. I put this course together when I was 28 years old, okay? And this week I'll be turning 67. And the reality is this, do you do a body work that you actually give a money back guarantee for your work and your treatments? Well, I support all of my practitioners, and we have thousands of them around the world, that we will refund the money that if they have to refund to their patients. And that's how powerful Wolf Non-Surgical is. And if you don't know about it, you can go check it out in our library at docofdetox.com and take a look at Reverse the Irreversible and understand something. If you're a body worker, you're a practitioner, and even if you're not a body worker, if you don't know how to take the scar tissue and turn it back into beautiful connective tissue, whether it's tendons, ligaments, organs, or muscles. And if you don't know how to get the calcium back into the bones and recalcify somebody's bones and getting it out of their joints and out of their tissues, then you're not a practitioner at all. And I am not putting you down. I'm trying to wake you up to the fact that, guess what? We have been ruled, schooled, and fooled. And whether you believe it or not, 99% of the practitioners out here, they go into it with all their heart, and they have terrible strategies. Okay? If they didn't have terrible strategies, they'd be offering a money-back guarantee. Also, if you're a natural health practitioner and you're not teaching someone how to create the perfect day on an emotional and physical level from the moment they rise till they close their eyes, what the heck are you doing? What are you doing treating people and not training them? Why are you treating them over and over again? That's keeping them victims. So I want the world to wake up to this. And we've been sucker punched so greatly. This has been going on for 150,000 years, whether you want to believe it or not. That's when human beings were bloody well created. But the reality is, you don't have to believe me. The reality is, what you need to do is believe in yourself. Do not believe in me. Don't believe a word I say. But just know this. Until you unconditionally love and care for yourself, and you know how to eat right, think right, drink right, live right, and you know how to get yourself to the point that you're never putting yourself on the hook again and not creating any guilt for yourself or anyone else out there, because there is no such thing as justice out there. Okay? All right? So understand that there is no justice system. Okay? There's only a judgment system internally and externally, and you got to stop that stuff. Because if you understood that your thoughts are electric and your emotions are magnetic, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute, you wouldn't be doing the things you do. And understand this. You need to get this, okay? Only 1 out of 10,000 people will ever truly awaken on this planet. And this is just a game. And the reality is this, whether you want to believe it or not, you are a low vibrational being if you have a disease. You are a low vibrational being if you have a disease. You are a low vibrational being if you believe that poverty is the way. You are a low vibrational being. And I didn't tell you you were stupid. You're not stupid. But you do have beliefs that might be based on stupid. And those beliefs are not from you. We were programmed with this from the moment that we entered the womb. For some of you, it's a tomb. And it's going to continue for the rest of your life. You're going to be sold off by the pound. You're going to be taking drugs to shut off your pain. I get it. I get it. It doesn't have to happen. I'm going to tell you something right now. There is no courses like ours. Do you know anybody that gets on here and talks like this? You know, you may not really care for the way I talk, but I walk my talk and I talk my walk. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I am out here and I want to stand up for every individual that wants to wake up. 1 out of 10,000 will totally rise to their greatness. 1 out of every 1,000 will wake up to the point that they'll end the suffering for themselves. And guess what? Those of you, okay, that believe that suffering is the way, well, guess what? You need to stay out of my way, okay? Because the BraveHeart way isn't about suffering. It isn't about suffering. Suffering has nothing to do with enlightenment. Suffering has nothing to do with evolution, okay? It's devolution. That's what suffering's all about. So I'm here to tell you that you need to stop punishing yourself and others. Stop judging yourself and others. Observe and learn, or judge and burn. It's your choice. And most of you are never going to stop doing it because you're so been programmed. And yes, understand, and I'm going to leave this alone, is that brain of yours is not a brain, okay? That brain of yours is just a computer, and everybody's been shoving contaminated programs in it, and you've been contaminating yourself and everyone else, and God love you anyways, all right? And that's the deal, all right? Let me just finish this off here. So anyways, I'll be in Melbourne, and not Melbourne. I'm going to Coffs Harbour August the 8th, which is Tuesday. I'll be doing a lecture. You can get in touch with Tora Klein, +61 413 993 493. Whole Life Coach starts on August the 12th. runs for 9 days. Whole life Wolf non-surgical, August the 22nd till September the 2nd. And if you're in that area, and if you don't believe me, I'll tell you what we'll do. You come and I'll give you a money back guarantee. I don't care if you're booked for surgery and you've got spinal stenosis, you're bone on bone, you have to replace your knee, you can't walk because your ankle, you've got a frozen shoulder, you can't shoulder check anymore, you can't wipe your butt because you can't move your arm, okay? All right? You've got a fibroid, you've got calcium deposits. I'll give you a money back guarantee that we will rock your world. I already told you we can take anything from scar tissue to a fibroid to a tumor, and I will take any type of fibroid tumor, and if I bring it down in the first half hour to 40 minutes by 30%, is that enough proof for you? If I can get it that you're limping when you come in and you don't limp when you go, and even if you have a cane that you probably won't even need that cane, but if you have that cane for more than a year, then guess what? It's your best friend, and now you're programmed and you are a victim and you are crippled. But remember, if you are physically crippled, you are mentally crippled before you're ever physically crippled, because the psychological rules the biological and the invisible creates the physical, and I'm going to prove that in a second. Now, after we do the whole life coach course certification and we do the Wolf non-surgical certification, which we are approved by 220 higher learning universities and colleges throughout the world, so you need to get that. You can go all the way with us, and you can actually get a doctorate of natural medicine. You can get a doctorate of Indigenous medicine. And I'll be coming on here live on Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which I think is 11 o'clock Australian time, yes. And we're going to be showing you how you could go from a victim to a hero, otherwise healing yourself, and then how you can go from a hero to a practitioner to a doctor, and get your doctorate in natural medicine. We're also going to show you how you can legally not pay taxes. Legally, you heard what I said. Puerto Rico is the only place in the world. And why do I want to get involved in this? I thought you were a practitioner, Daryl. Why are you involved in finances? Well, because my practitioners that get started, if I can take them from paying 30%, okay, 30% of their taxes down to 4% of their taxes, do you think that would help them in their success? That's right. And we might as well do what the elite are doing, is using Puerto Rico. It's the only legal place in the world. And also in Puerto Rico, understand something, guys. You want to know something? When you bank there, you're not under any federal government, so your money cannot be stolen. Your bank cannot be shut down, like all the other banking systems, like in Canada, United States, and Australia, but not in Puerto Rico. It's a whole different ballgame. If you don't believe me, go to BraveHeartNation.com or BHNUniversity.com. Click on Abundance for Everyone, our BHN Abundance program. This isn't to make money for me. This is to save money for all my practitioners. Do you know what happens to these great practitioners? They're trying to get started. They're trying to build a website. They're trying to market. They're trying to pay their rent. They're trying to pay their mortgage. They're trying to pay their kids in school. They're trying to look after things. And understand something. If we don't come together, okay, if we don't come together and help and support each other like a real family, okay, there should be no religions. There should be no colors. There should be no language barriers. And I don't mean no religions. There should be no religious fighting. There should be no color fighting. There should be no language fighting. We should become a BraveHeart nation. We got to, 250,000 people have hogtied 8 billion. So, people, I'm different. If you want different, check me out. And if not, you probably won't like me at all. And that's the truth, because I'm probably too much to swallow sometimes. I get it. But the reality is I want the best for myself. And I know that if you want to become different, you better search for different. After we do those 2 courses, we'll be doing, we'll have Serena, okay, beautiful teacher. We'll have Simran, beautiful teacher. And they're going to be coming and doing the 3-day pelvic restoration that every woman should be doing, okay? And like I said, you can call Tora up. But if you'd like to join us, go to bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com. And even if you don't want to spend any money with us, right? Don't do anything with us. Just go check out my library at docofdetox.com. It's free. It's the biggest self-care, self-love library, I think, on the planet, okay? And we're going to be coming out with an app. And on that app, we're going to have some of the best trainers, some of the most powerful people in health, emotionally, physically, nutritionally, coming on for free to teach you. And that's going to be happening in 8 months, okay? I am going to prove to you one way or the other, okay, that I am your brother, that you are my sister, you are my brother, and that we want to be there for you as much as possible. And we are going to create platforms to help you no matter what level you're at. But just understand something. If you could just understand that your thoughts are electric and your emotions are magnetic. Do you know that your brain, okay, and your mindset are separate from each other? Did you get that? Your brain and your mindset are separate from each other. You know, here's the brain. It's a chemist, okay? All right? And it's a storage shed, a locker for belief systems. That's all it is. Okay, everybody thinks the brain's intelligent. Well, your brain is only as intelligent as the beliefs that you store in it. That's it. So you better get it. And whether you believe this or not, you have what's called an energy field. And that energy field around you is storing information that you can't even believe that's out there. Remember something, when you turn your vibration, when you bring your vibration up, you get to access information that you can't when your vibration's low. That's how it works, okay? So let me just say it again. Your thoughts are electric and your emotions are magnetic. Did you know? I'm going to wait till this comes back on because when I get a call, it glitches out the phones. And hopefully this person won't call back right away. Okay, your thoughts are electric and your emotions are magnetic. Did you know that your brain and your mind are separate from each other? Yes, they are two totally separate things. With your mind, you set your intention. Oh, before you do anything, you set an intention. You know what? Why are you doing this, Daryl? Are you doing this to make money? Are you doing this for your ego? Are you doing this for power? Why are you doing what you're doing? You know what? Everything you do, try to put in, what's the intention behind it? It really matters, okay? With your mind, you set your intention with what? With an image first that transforms into thought that carries specific vibrational frequencies. Understand something. Everything you do in your life is based on an image, right? There's people on here that have an image about me right now. They've never seen me before. They might go, wow, he's interesting. Or wow, what's he up to? He's up to something and I don't like it. So it depends on their belief systems. If they match with my belief systems, they will get an image that they like me or they don't like me. So I want to tell you something. Do not worry about people liking you. Do not look for approval out there. Do not look, for approval and do not take anything personal. Let me tell you something. If you want to find your authentic self and you want to live the life that you deserve, then you have to take massive personal action in loving and caring for yourself, which means that you cannot even buy into one little belief of what's going on with the majority of the population. Would you say the majority of the population is on track? Would you say that they have it together? I could give you statistics, but I don't want to do that, okay? So let's talk about this again. With your mind, you set your intention with an image first that transforms into a thought that carries a specific vibrational frequency. Understand something. The image creates a thought. Remember something. And if you take a whole bunch of images and you put them together, you got a movie. And let me ask you a question. What's your movie look like? Is your movie a comedy? Is it an adventure? Is it a thriller? Is it a horror? Well, it's a horror. It's a horror for most of the people, the majority out there right now. Listen, what you think matters. And what you think creates matter. And what you think creates everything. I can remember when I had poverty consciousness. I'll tell you, I had to work so hard. Oh yeah, I made money. And I was good at what I did. But oh my God, you would just be so exhausted to get what you want. And when you put a smile on your face, you connect to the lion heart breathing, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out, put your shoulders back, your chin up. Okay? If you don't want to get a love band, life band from it, get an elastic and just snap that every time and keep yourself in the present moment and own it. The present moment is only 1/10,000th of a second. And that's the only place that you can create something new and something beautiful. You can't go dumpster diving into the past and think you're going to have a beautiful day. You can't jump into the future and then crap your drawers and think it's all going to work out, because it's not. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. You're okay. Well, you probably are going to. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to have cancer. Well, where's your focus? I'm BraveHeart. I am love. I am healed. What about saying that? Why don't you try it? Well, that's a lie. Well, lie until it's true. Because guess what? They lied to us and told us what we are. Animals, that we hate each other. Okay, that we're low vibrational beings, that will eat and will drink anything. They just programmed us. Why can't we program ourselves? Why can't we take ourselves to brainwash boot camp and just do it? So, with your mind, you will set an intention with an image. All these images put together will create a movie. Are you going to be the hero of the movie at every given moment? Are you going to be the hero that walks out of the bush and saves the day at every given moment? Yes, I am. 3, 2, 1, I got this. 3, 2, 1, I love myself. Keep snapping yourself back to the present moment and own this. Let me tell you something. If you don't want to be crazy, because you better go crazy, let me tell you something. You can be insanely happy or insanely miserable. Which one? Okay? So remember, repetition is the key. They taught us that. They're shoving the media down our throat. They're shoving all this stuff down our throat. So why aren't you just taking what you want and chewing it and digesting it and only making it high vibrational? How about this? How about ignoring everything that you don't want to listen to or do anymore? What about that? What about doing things that make you so excited, okay? They scare you a little, but they make you so excited, and then hold on to that image and then follow through and then mind your own business, and don't be telling people you're going to do something they've never done before because they're going to tell you shouldn't do it. My God, where would I be today if I had to have the approval from the majority of the population to break away from all of the systems that are on this planet? Where would I be? Where would I be if I believed, okay, of the stuff that people want to say about me because I go way off on my own path? Where would I be? Where would I be if I really believed, okay, in the majority? I can't. I have to believe in myself first and foremost. And that's the only way that I can teach courage. Because courage is loving and caring for yourself. So here we go. All right? With your mindset, okay? With your mind, you set your intention with an image first, and that transforms into a thought that carries and creates a specific vibrational frequency. The brain will receive specific frequencies based on the image or the images you create within the mind. This is why it's called mindset, okay? Let me tell you something right now. Every frequency goes in and it creates a dumping of certain chemicals and hormones. You know as well as I do, when you're happy, where's all that energy come from? Why do you have relief of pain? When you're freaking out and fearful, you don't feel anything. And if there's a ton of fear, it could go on for a minute, it could go on for a year, but when it stops, the longer you have fear, the sicker you are when you slow down finally. Did you ever notice that? Take a look at the trauma drama that's been in your family. You know? And there's a lot of trauma drama. We're just go, go, go. We don't feel anything. And then soon as the chaos starts to slow down and even stop, we're in bed with a fever. We're in bed aching and paining all over. Well, because the body has to heal. You have to understand that if you dump adrenaline into your body for more than 3 minutes, because that's all we're supposed to do. If you do more than that, that's highly acidic. You're creating scar tissue, calcification, and mutation. You're burning your brain. There's no depression. There's only anxiety held long enough and strong enough that causes the brain, which is a computer, to shut down because it has to so it doesn't blow. Would you rather have a stroke? So with your mindset, your intention is, you have to have the right intention, which creates the image, that transforms a thought, that carries a specific vibrational frequency, that then releases certain hormones and chemicals. Either they're going to be based on joy or they're going to be based on misery. The brain will receive specific frequencies based on the image or the images you create within your mind. This is why it's called mindset. For most humans, okay, for most humans, emotions are not what they think they are. They are a creation of images that turn into thoughts that manifest the invisible into the physical. The heart, your heart, you have to understand what your heart is. Did you know that they can't measure the vibration off your heart because everybody's heart touches everybody else? And understand, your heart never gets cancer, but your heart gets heart disease. And people die from heart disease more than cancer because there's more broken hearts than anything else. Your heart is the recorder of all your love affairs, but the main love affair is with yourself. What if you don't love yourself? What if you don't want to care for yourself? What if you make the world to be your gas station to fill your heart up? Your mom, your father, your husband, your wife, your children, the dog. What if they're all responsible for filling up your heart and they're not here today? What's going to happen then? You can't live with an empty heart because love is like oxygen, but love is an ingredient and that's all it is. It's what you do with it. And it needs to be self-serve. That is the best way. You can't give another person love. You can shine your light, your vibration on another person, and that triggers the love within inside themselves, but you've never ever given anybody love. You have given them the frequency. This is what I'm trying to teach you. The frequency and the vibration and the light of your love is shined on them, and that triggers the love that they already have inside themselves. But now when you leave, they don't know how to re-trigger that themselves because we were taught that if you love yourself, it's selfish. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I don't think I'm wrong on this one, though. The heart knows all. It understands the language that speaks to the quantum field around us and within us. When you combine your thoughts and emotions together along with massive personal action, you did hear what I said, right? Massive personal action. That means that if you're going to buy into this self-love thing, you're going to have to come up against the world who says you're not allowed to love yourself. You have to let someone else love you. Well, thank you, but I'm not into secondhand love at all, and it's not going to happen. And I'm not going to lower my vibration for some contaminated love. But I get it. I know why the majority of the population will just take any love they can get their hands on because you can't live without it. I get it. But the thing is guess what? I don't want to be in intensive care just trying to hang in there. Okay? I know that if I fill up my own heart, I'd be heart smart. I'd be high vibrational. And that means that I'm not going to count on Lori, my children, and the rest of the world. Where's my love? Come on. Where's mine? Give me mine. And then have a tantrum. I'm not going to do that. And the reality is think of what you want, but this guy, you're not going to hear me having a disease or being on medication, or I need to have some work days off because I'm just depressed. Or it doesn't matter what goes on in the world, whether an atomic bomb goes off or not, I can't help that. And they're always going to go off because, you know why? Because people vibrate like that. Most people are so addicted to the adrenaline rush, they're waiting for the next thing to go down so they can feel something because people are just so numbed out. So understand, when you combine your thoughts and emotions together along with massive personal action, you can and will manifest your deepest, dearest desires. And you'll be able to go back and dust off your passion, your purpose, and your gift, and then turn around and gift the world. Understand, the strength of your magnetic field is based upon what you think and feel on a moment-to-moment basis. Hey, let me ask you a question. What does it take for me to piss you off? What does it take for somebody to cause you to get depressed? Okay? Do you hold on to people's words? Okay? You know what? Are your emotions ruled by what people do and say to you? That's a roller coaster ride. And I'll tell you something, you will be exhausted and you will be sick for the rest of your life. Your field is everything. Just know that. Your field is everything, okay? So, what you think and feel on a moment-to-moment basis, that's the deal right there. It's as simple as this. If you have high vibrations, positive thought patterns on a consistent basis, you will have a stronger field. It's all about the field. You don't even know it, but your field vibrates. Boom, 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 boom. And people call it an aura. But no, baby, it's a field. And that field is your spirit. And why do some people have a very weak field? Because guess what? They don't feed their spirit. They allow that place out there to put a chokehold on it. Religion will do it. Educational systems will do it. I'm not saying all religion, all educational systems. But understand something. Nobody's touching my spirit. Okay, I am going to feed my spirit first and foremost before I feed my mouth. Because that's everything. I haven't eaten today. And I'll tell you something. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. Right now it's 2:30 here. And guess what? Where I live, I should be in bed in United States because that's where I live now. But the reality is that everything's a mindset, How are you doing today? Oh, well, it's crappy out there today, the weather. Who cares about a cloudy day, right? Watch how you speak. Let's see if you can be the ray of sunshine and the ray of hope. Just try to do it for one day. Try to go through one day, okay, watching what you say, because that's where your field gets fed or bled, okay? That's where your magnetism, okay, is negative or it's positive. Your field is everything. Your field is the ultimate factor in what you attract to you and what people align with you on a vibrational level. For example, have you ever said, I don't vibrate with them, or I do vibrate with them? Listen, the people you get along with means you are matching their vibration, but this does not mean necessarily that it's a good thing or that you're evolving. You need to challenge yourself. I'm going to tell you something. I don't want to hang around with people that just make me comfortable and going to stroke me. I don't need that. I want people that are going to challenge me to grow, because I'm going to tell you something right now, whether you want to believe this or not. I was created by God Almighty, and I'm going to act like it. And you know what? I'm going to know this every morning when I get up, that I need to change by 1% every day. And that I need to understand that my energy is infinite. It's infinite. You are only limited by your beliefs, okay? The sky is not the limit. Your beliefs are the limit. And understand, those beliefs you got from school. What school did you go to? What school did you go to? I don't know about you. The longer somebody goes to school, the more they've been schooled, ruled, and fooled. And the reality is guess what? You don't need any schooling that they give you out there. Find out what your passion and purpose is. Is it nature? Okay? Is it to be a body worker? What is it? What is your passion and purpose? Stop looking for a job. Start looking for your gift. And then go out and gift millions of people. And you'll never, ever have to say, I'm just trying to pay the bills. I'm not trying to pay my bills. You know what? When I get tons of bills coming in, it means I'm moving and shaking. Okay? And the reality is this. Every one of you, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and this is the God's truth. Every one of you were born with a purpose, and you were born with genius, and the world needs you. So if you could just be selfish enough to feed your spirit, selfish enough to dust off your passion, your purpose, and mind your own business, and don't talk to your family, don't talk to your friends, and don't talk to the majority, and only tell people about your dreams that have already done it, or people that go, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And I tell my staff, you know what, come to me with the craziest ideas, and guess what? I've never turned one down. I don't want to know what goes on out there. Well, this is how you get successful. No, it actually isn't. Okay? Whatever the majority is doing, you need to stop it. You need to stop it right now. And that's the way it's been since the beginning of time. Just know this. That which created you loves you. And it's sitting back going, when are you going to wake up? When are you going to feed your spirit? When are you going to love yourself? When are you going to understand that it's all magnetic? So when you just keep complaining and explaining about your life, and you're going to have the same BS over and over again. I don't know why I keep going out with the same guy. I don't know why we keep having the same fight. I don't know why I just can't seem to get it right. Crack the coconut. Don't focus on what you want to get rid of in your life. Only focus on what you want in your life. Okay? What if you totally fell in love with yourself? Think about that. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care.